many different areas of actual like different knowledge points to kind of
Mhm.
combine to make the best possible kind of solution or answer. But I think men, I think the normal man, the one you're just kind of going this, you see them at Chili's or something ordering the boring meal. I'm telling you, I think they're just, I think they're just so easy to read. I think they're objectively so similar. I think they might be shy, they might be outgoing, whatever. But I think
Mm.
the individual likes and dislikes are so consistent. I think there's
Really?
gonna
Do you
really,
think a guy would just so when a guy gets a bit older after all that whoring around, partying and fucking
yeah.
any girl, do you think he would just like because the time is time's up or whatever and it's time to get married because society says so. Do you think he would just get married to any good girl and like that's it? Like if he likes her, as in like how do I say it? He doesn't like her too much for who she is, but just because she's just a girl and she's like, all right, she finds her sexually attractive. So he's like, you know what? I'll just take her. She's all right. Do you think so?
See, this is where I think it's kind of this is pretty individual case, case to case basis, obviously. I think how attractive is this man? Is he is he like see, this is where a question which I always think is very interesting. And this
Mm-hmm.
is where I think if you want to know a big differential part, obviously of men and women, I think women cherish personality way more than
True.
men do. And
True.
I think that's a very big point. A man will always take the hotter woman even if the personality is total shit.
That's what I've recently learned. I could not believe that.
No, it's
But that's
100%.
really
It's
how guys
100%.
are. And I was like, I'm mind boggled that guys think like that. They really would rather take a girl who's hotter, but like is more insane rather than the girl who's nicer, but she's like less attractive.
Exactly. It's one of those things where it's just it's egotistical. I mean, I lived it for 4 years in a fraternity where it's just it ends up just being a pissing contest to say, oh, I got with this like this hot chick. Oh, you only got with this hot chick. But the thing is, women they value the individual kind of the quirks of guys. Their
Right.
personality, maybe just the individual stuff that I think men overlook, and that's where I think it's to answer the question. I think it's depends from individual case to case
I
basis. I
mean, yeah,
think when it's
obviously, not like when I say that, it obviously doesn't
yeah
mean every guy is like that. Some guys do prefer personality over looks and,
yeah
clicking and all of that, but it's crazy. Like I've recently learned that statistically or whatever, guys look at a girl's body first than their face. What do you think? Is that true?
I mean, I think it's probably a mixture. I mean, it would be kind of awkward to walk up to a woman and just be staring at her breasts. I mean, objectively.
I mean, but
I
don't they
mean, there
though?
are men who do that. I mean, this is the thing where I mean, not that paint myself into a different picture because I am not. I am very similar to every single man walking this planet, but I do try to be somewhat break the template at least a little bit, objectively. But it's one of those things with men. I think it's just I just think we're so on the surface. I think when it comes to women, I think we can just be honest with it that I think men are just they will always take the hottest chick. I mean, if there was like those, I mean, you said it. You could have the ugliest girl with the coolest personality, like the one
Right.
that you would be laughing all day.
Right.
You would travel the world with. You'd have the best time ever. The man will always take the woman who's bitching them out all the time,
And who's
causing
hotter,
drama.
right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
That's
it's
what
not
I
even
thought
like
too.
the thing is, but I think objectively, the woman would like a woman in general would take like a six like of an attractiveness, but like an 8 or 9 personality, and then that would be like a 7.5 kind of person. Men would just see that as like a total. I mean, it wouldn't be the first choice. It'd be like third or fourth objectively.
Yeah, that it's crazy because what you're saying is a lot of guys wouldn't like not agree with that, but everyone's I guess different. But objectively,
Well, they
generally,
wouldn't agree with it, but that's the facts. I mean, that's human
that's the facts,
psychology.
right?
I mean, that's been documented. I mean, there's been multiple studies. I mean, this is like studies that have been going on. I mean, there's so many different kinds. Where there was one where who do you think has a better chance of getting a job? A good-looking person or a bad-looking person?
I mean, just based on that
Just
superficial.
purely on look. They have the same
I mean,
resume.
statistically, is the better looking
Statistically,
person. Like, as
it's
bad
gonna
as that sounds, if you're
it's like
just judging on
it's like
that,
almost 4 out
sure.
of 5. And this is not me just
Do you
making this
think
up.
women
These
are
are
more superficial?
I think
I think, you know how I think it is? So men
yeah.
are superficial on the sense that women, they want a sexy woman, while women look at a guy that has more money in a superficial sense. That's how I see it.
I think that's, I think that kind of there's the evolutionary side where I think, women do value resources. I mean, that's just something that
Yeah.
goes back to,
And
beginning
men
of
want
time.
to lay their seed into a in a woman that can procreate, I think. That's science.
Yeah, I think I mean, to be honest, actually, that's actually a fury of why actually modern marriage was never actually supposed to work objectively, because the man was supposed to spread his seed to
Seed.
many, many different partners to have the best
True.
chance of creating many kin. Like that,
True.
that's just that. I mean, that's in its own right, and that's why I think, it's. I think the funny stuff to talk about, no, not funny. It's sad objectively, but
Yeah.
I think as social media gets bigger and bigger, I think the divorce rate gets higher and higher.
I think so too. The just as years pass by, you know how they would not divorce back in 1900s because that's just how it was in society. You know, you can't just get divorced. Society will shit on you for getting divorced.
Oh, I mean, in like the 1900s, you'd be like basically disowned, and not like disowned, but you would be
Yeah, you
like
get
like
disowned
a
pretty
remorse.
much.
But it's nowadays, and that's the one thing which I think it's sad because it's I mean I don't know if people are getting married for the right reasons nowadays, and I mean the divorce rate's so high, so you find yourself thinking like I mean my best friend ended up like knocking up a woman at like 20 years old, and they had like a shotgun marriage. I mean, I can tell you this:
How old is she? Is she also 20?
older. She was like 24, and the guy. I mean, I'm comfortable with my sexuality. I'm heterosexual, but I can say like my best friend, he's like almost model status, and like it's. I still remember this look from the mom at the wedding. It was like a shotgun wedding in the
Yeah,
backyard. She looked at me, and it was a look of like, this is not what I planned for my son. It was pretty depressing,
at
but
all.
kind of
No.
a long shot on the side to that. But I just think it's I think I think men. I just don't think we've evolved objectively
What do you
as
mean,
much as
like
women.
mentally?
Mentally,
Yeah.
not physically, mentally.
Mm. But
I
you can apply the same thing for women too. Women still fall in love with that sort of same concept, as in like the chemicals in your brain, and it's like, oh, a guy, I really like him, and then they get pregnant, and then afterwards they're like, holy shit, what did I get myself into?
and that's where I'm looking more. Yeah, and I completely agree. There's going to be cases on both sides, and I think also intelligence level is huge. I think if you go to certain parts of America where the education level is
Yeah.
very very low objectively, it's I think it's I mean this has been documented that pregnancy rates are higher in areas with less education, less actual stuff like that. But I think there's a kind of a pointer where there's going to always be know kind of erroneous cases on both sides. But I think if you look at like kind of both sides, like the woman gender and the male gender, I think I just feel like women they're always choosing for the. I mean, not always. I'm
Mm.
saying as the whole, I think they're always looking to choose for I guess characteristics in men that are more long lasting. And I think that's something that I think there's a better. I think women are looking for more the longevity more than often. I'm saying always.
Yeah.
Then I think men are always little and more in the moment. I think, and that's just. I'm not saying it's like 100%, but I think women are a little more. There's more planning involved because I think with pregnancy, with kids, I think there has to be more of a schedule and not. I mean, wrong word. You know what I mean?
I think so too. And it's well, obviously there's, other cases of women just fucking around because yes, that's what we
Sure.
humans do. But I think that women tend to like to settle down more than guys do, just because guys like to, like, evolutionary speaking, guys want to go around planting their seed into everybody that should, because that's how Mother Nature made the men.
Pretty much. It's kind of is what
And
it is.
so they want to try lock one guy down, but they can't because the guy is walking around planting his seed everywhere. And that's just how it is with, to evolve with the human nature. But with women, yeah. And, women tend to get called like gold diggers for trying to go after a guy who has more money.
Mhm.
But then guys also get called, I don't know, like shallow for going after a girl who's just pretty or whatever. I see like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, to be honest, and that's where I think it's like what's always annoyed me is when like a woman is because I think it's unfair. I mean, men are doing objectively the same amount of if the theory like let's just say in general kind of I'm just gonna go off kind of general point where
Mm-mm.
it's a woman hooks up with like three men and then a
Okay.
man hooks up with three women.
Uh-huh.
Man is the hero. The man is like kind of like, oh, dude, you're well done, good job. You're slapping hands, you're drinking beers to it,
Are
you're
you trying to
partying.
defend the women that women should also be treated equally in that
Yeah, I
sense?
mean, well, in that position in modern day, I think it makes no sense. I mean, I'm just being like logical. Like, why
You're
should
be-
one be degrading and one should be positive? I mean, you tell. I mean,
um
am I wrong? I mean, I don't know.
No, of course not. I also think the same way. Like women should be treated equally in that sort of sense too. But I think the reason why it's like frowned upon is because just like it's years and years of society like frowning upon women, and it's women frowning upon women, and also men too, being like you fucking whore, you absolute fucking, for just doing the same thing that guys do. Oh shit, I need to
Yeah, I
go.
mean, I just think
What'd
it's
you say?
I think it's kind of sad 'cause I think the normal kind of romance and marriage in life, and I'm making very general statements. I think a lot of it's gone. It might
I
be kind of
think
a
so
hard
too.
statement, but I think it's tougher to find. I
Do
think
you
it's with
think, okay, so the way I see it, and I might not explain it properly, but I've been noticing a lot of people on Twitter, for example, saying like, "Oh, I wish somebody like loved me, and I'm not like. I wish there was somebody to cuddle me, and I wish somebody to like kiss me, and like, like give me love." Do you think? I don't know how I'm gonna make this sound normal, but do you think those
Mhm.
people are being selfish or no? Like, I feel like people most of the times are like wanting that, but they would not want to give back the actual unconditional love. Like, does that make sense?
To answer your first part.
Yeah.
See, my problem is, I'm not the biggest social media guy.
Uh huh.
I have Tinder. It makes sense, honestly, objectively. I
Uh
think Tinder is one of the best inventions for meeting people that you would have never had any chance of meeting outside your social
huh.
circle. But looking at like social media as a whole, my biggest problem, I think voice when you're sitting there kind of putting out these statuses, voicing these things,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't feel it. That's something I wouldn't do objectively. We're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I wish I could have a guy that could just cuddle up. I mean, like, I wouldn't.
Mm.
eh, I don't know. I mean, do men do that? I mean, I don't know. I'm not on Twitter
I
too
think
often. I don't even have
that
a Twitter.
both women and men do that. They
Yeah.
just like voice their thoughts out loud. They're like, "Oh, I just wish there was somebody that I could cuddle with." But like, do they really want somebody? Cuz like, yeah, cuddling with someone that's great, but do you want like a person,
See,
or do you
that's
just want to use somebody for their cuddles?
see, and this is where I think go back. This is where I think it's hard to have this because I mean, if we're talking about individual cases, I think who knows? It could be like there could be one person that's like, man, I want to get like find the right person. I've had so many bad experiences. I want to
Yeah.
find it now. But then there's like one guy who like, I mean, the thing is, you got to remember, like, I've been with so many different personalities of men, like so many friends, fraternity brothers. I've seen them all. I've seen the super cocky looking Ryan Gosling character that all the women just drool over. And I
What
mean,
do you
I've
got
seen,
to say about those guys, huh?
I think they live a great life.
They
No,
do.
I think I mean, that's a different story. I mean, I can tell you that story in its own. I still have one of the coolest stories ever from my fraternity, and it was all because of that one guy. I mean, and anyone, it was a pretty funny story,
They
but
never
no, to answer
settle
your
those
point,
guys.
I think when you're on social media, kind of voicing that stuff out. I mean, it just depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like, you
Hmm.
seem pretty straight. I mean, if you were making statements like that, you seem like, I mean, you seem pretty straightforward. You know,
Yeah, I'm straight.
I would tend to take what you're saying like a little more legitimately than say like, let's say like Big Sean the rapper is saying, "Oh, I wish I could cuddle with some." I'm like, no, you don't. You just want
Well,
to find
if you
somebody.
had a conversation with Big Sean, maybe you think differently. But
True,
yeah,
of course.
yeah,
But if we're going purely off statuses, different social media stuff, I mean, it's hard to gauge what the person's thinking. They might be drunk. They might be high. You never know. Right?
true.
No, never know.
You never know. Yeah, that's true.
But I'm
But
telling you, the men. I think it goes for also women too.
yeah,
When you're in that certain like the tippy top percentile of looks, man, life must just be like must be pretty great. I mean, I think it's there was a quote I heard once where it's you never see really good looking homeless people.
um,
I don't know.
sure.
I
I
mean, I
always
lived outside
think
DC for a
whenever
while.
people give me like that sort of anything, I
Yeah.
always think of an alternative. I'm sure there is a pretty
Of course,
hands
I mean,
homeless.
it's more of a figure of speech, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I get what you mean because they're
The
also dirty and all of that.
That is true, but no, I mean, just like a funny story with
Mhm.
this one guy. So I ended up joining the fraternity, and my fraternity was kind of like we weren't like the super popular one. We were like more like kind of the everyday man kind of fraternity in its own right. And this guy, I mean, he looked. I mean, I'm gonna say as close to identical of
Mhm.
like almost if you saw if they were right next to each other,
Right.
you'd be like, this dude's his brother, objectively.
Mhm.
And his looks was like a legend between the sororities of like who could get with this guy because he was like because this is during the notebook time. This is kind
Uh
of
huh.
when he's got his like every woman's kind of just about Ryan Gosling. But I
Hmm.
still remember this one night because we were like kind of a smaller fraternity at this point. We had like 40 people in the fraternity as a whole, like 45.
Hmm.
And I still remember just him, he brought out like something like 180 women to this party. So it was like 40 men, 45, like 180 women, and it was just because of him. I can honestly just say this man, he brought the waves. It was pretty. I've never seen something like that before of
Mm,
that kind of magnitude. But it was
right.
all him.
Can I ask something? How old are
Yeah.
you and where are you from?
Yeah, I'm 26. I mean, I'm currently in Italy. I'm just visiting my grandparents.
Oh no, you're locked down, right? Quarantined.
Yeah, I know it's bad. I mean, right now I haven't even like barely left the place and stuff.
It's really
But
bad, isn't it?
yeah, it's really
Fuck.
bad. But yeah, no, I'm 26 and just out here, kind of just. I mean, it was working on my time. I was working at a tech company in Arizona. I ended up coming back to the East Coast, and I just said, might as well
Do
just go
you
visit my grandparents.
do you know Vafanculo?
I kiss my ass.
Oh shit.
My Italian's not that great. My
Yeah, mine isn't
One of my
either.
biggest pet peeves is my mom was born in Italy. My
Uh-huh.
grandparents are full Italian, and she decided not to teach me Italian for some.
Damn, she should have. God
I
damn.
know. She always makes up excuses, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, you can sit there and say that she blames like, oh, I didn't want to learn it. I'm like, give me a break. I was like 4 or 5 years old. I mean, just say words to me. I'll like
It's
absorb
never
everything.
too late. Now that you're locked down, you can learn if you want to.
It's true. It's true.
But
So is this like a YouTube channel? Because I'm look. I mean, I'm just you're definitely quite the. I can tell.
what do you think?
I think this is either a podcast of sorts or a YouTube channel.
You got me. You
Which is
got
it? Podcast?
it's both. God damn it. I was on
I mean,
Twitch
to be honest,
earlier, but
when you have a mic like that, I mean, it's hard. I mean, it's hard to not guess objectively that, but no, I mean that's cool. So I mean, how's the YouTube life? I was always kind of intrigued by that.
I haven't done YouTube in a while. It's been like 2 weeks, but it's great. It's nice to be back on YouTube. I like it. I'm gonna write down my name for you so you can check it out later. But I'm actually
Why
gonna.
does your name seem so familiar? Like I watch a lot of YouTube
Oh
stuff, but
no, Grimoire does it.
sounds really familiar. I mean, I don't know.
CX.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm like,
Okay,
objectively, I
who do
might be
you
thinking stuff.
watch?
Wait, what?
Who do you watch?
I watch Ice Poseidon.
Shut the fuck
See,
up.
see. This is where I think. So,
Shut
am I
the
right?
fuck up. You watch Ice Poseidon, then of course you know me.
Then yeah. So I know I've heard your name before. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen you. Objective. No, like, no offense. I've
Oh
heard the name. Like,
my god.
I've heard the name before.
Wow, I can't believe we just had a conversation about men and women. Wow, exposed. My
I
name's
mean,
Grimoire, CX Bald, 21 Virgin.
yeah. I mean, no. It's. I mean, it was funny because no. I mean, I was. No. I mean, when you said it early in the conversation, I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I knew this was obviously not like you're not
I
doing
mean,
this
I
like
would have a
bored.
conversation like this off stream, like Loki for real, though. I would. So.
Oh no. I mean, you seem genuine.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
thank
but
you.
when you said it early you said Grimoire, or yeah, and I was just sitting back and I was like, man, that sounds so familiar. Because I mean, I was in that spot where I was watching the CX network. I
Yeah.
mean, I keep up with them and stuff. I mean, Ice Poseidon,
Yeah, just
I think he revolutionized like the in-person live streaming.
you did.
But I mean, I don't know what happened lately though. I think his content, it's been, I mean, it sounds like maybe he moved away from maybe his old audience a little bit, and he's kind of trying to start something new
He
somewhere else.
did.
But
He's
I
on
mean,
Mixer now, and I reformed too. Everybody's like on their own little thing. Like Kiara is reformed. I'm reformed. You know, I'm on Twitch. You know, trying to build it back up. You know, Paul is also trying to build it back up. He's on Mixer, so everyone's like kind of being just reformed. That's all it is.
yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, I think he, I got to be honest. I mean, there'd be so many moments when I would just be, like, it'd be like, I went to community college the first 2 years and stuff, so obviously I had a lot of free time.
Yeah,
And I mean, just so many of his videos were just, I would be like dying laughing. I mean,
that's
I mean, some of his older stuff was some of the funniest. I mean, I mean, that's for me,
yeah.
like, he was definitely like one of my favorite like YouTubers for a minute. But I mean, I never got into like Sam Pepper or any like in some of the newer people. But I think with, like Ice Poseidon and stuff, I mean, I think he still has a big chance to be like crazy huge.
Oh,
I
for
mean,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
But
Yeah, yeah. He just I think people are just they think they have it all figured out for a streamer and they think that oh this and that, but like he'll figure it out on his own and he will do what needs to be done. So,
definitely, definitely.
yeah.
And that's, so no, I mean, I respect the YouTube game. I mean, it definitely seems. And one thing I was always kind of curious about, because I just heard one thing, and
Mhm.
not to hold you up if you have to go.
Uh-huh.
Just kind of like,
Yeah, yeah. What is it?
yeah, no, I was just curious on the is the revenue from YouTube still like, is it still like really solid, or is it kind of gone downhill a little bit?
I never had any revenue from YouTube.
Damn, damn.
I never
Well,
had any.
well, I got to be honest. You're getting a sub from me, 100%.
Thank you.
You seem really
Please
nice.
watch me on Twitch too, because that's what matters at the moment. Because I'm
So,
not really
am I
doing
going to be
YouTube.
in like one of the videos?
Yeah, you are on the stream right now.
Is a stream right now going?
On YouTube, yes.
Oh, nice. Well, hey YouTube, how's everyone doing? How many people are watching?
I don't know, like 5.
5 total?
My mom, my grandma, my dad, my great
Hell yeah.
grandma. Hell
Well,
yeah,
hi
dude.
parents. But no, either way, it was great speaking to you. And yeah, no, and I honestly I think you're very charismatic, and I think you're gonna do big things in the I guess these I'm thinking I don't know you know
The
what I'm saying, the
streaming
YouTube.
thing. I get it.
But yeah, no,
Thanks. Thank you.
nice meeting you, and yeah, good luck with everything in the future.
Thank you. You're really nice. And good luck to you too. And stay really, really careful and safe in Italy because it's fucked up right now.
And if you do turn this into a video, like cut the beginning out a little bit. But my throat was a little hoarse because I've been drinking vodka all night, so I
That's fine.
definitely cleared it up after I had some water. But either way,
That's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you.
have a good night. See ya.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
That was really nice chat. I need to get more water. I'm the schizophrenic voice of Grimmer. Yo, hold up. Guys, I got invited to Doc's show, so objectively speaking, I'll have to go on Twitch again. Yo, what's happening? So when's the video coming out? He was cool though. I think he was great. He was like the first guy, literally, that I went on Omegle and I was like, alright, cool, what's up? Yo, I need to get some water. Look at my look at my ass. None of that, yo, none of that. He had bad views. Did he? He talked. I actually want to talk about this. I want to talk to you guys because you guys are men in the chat, and he was a man, and I want to talk about if what he said was right or wrong. And we're gonna get into that right now when I get some water. Okay? Thank you, dehydrated ass. We're about to pull up. I'm doing it. That's it. Subjectively speaking, 1 second. Okay. I thought it was a good conversation that I had with him. No way, bro. What was so wrong? What was so wrong with the conversation, though? Was it though? Yeah, I don't know. My link is not on IP2, so like, bruh. I don't know, y'all. I don't fucking know. Guys, do you agree or not? Do men have feelings? Yes or no? Guys, men in the chat right now, tell me, do you have feelings or no? Do you have feelings, men? Hello, man in the chat right now. Do you have feelings? Yes or no? Yes? What the fuck, dude? What kind of feelings do you have? Okay, describe feelings for me then. I'm like prying in, like, okay, all right, what kind of feelings y'all got, huh? She's talking about gays. What about gays? We can't show it as much as female gay. That's true. That's what yeah, that's actually true. Guys can't show it as much as girls can't. Statistically, no. Indonesia setting though, low-key? Like, no. Okay. Sapphire, you feel sad when I scam gameplay? Damn, bruh. Sorry. I got K-pop on again. I'm gonna go on Twitch, guys, in like a split second. I need to go pee before I go. Don't we all? So when females only like you for your dollars. Damn it, Ken. What about when you like women? What do you like about women so much? It's like he wrote the book on D-bag statements, not now. Huh? What? We have not streamed on Twitch. I mean, not Twitch. D-Live in how long? Don't worry about it. Let's keep going, not streaming on D-Live. Probably 3 weeks. Or like me for my money. Damn, super nasty. I guess you have no redeeming qualities. I'm joking, Soup. I'm sure they like your hairy baboon feet. You need to make... Damn. They need to make my face cheeks hurt when I speak to her. Like this? Like that? What's your cup size? It's medium. You make girls feel comfortable. What's in the cup is water. Particularly a D-Live stream, Blue Bonnets. Hello, Blue Bonnets. I would go to jail for Blue Bonnets. I'm not saying that right. My social circles IRL are LGBT, and none of the statements apply to anyone I know. Maybe because everyone's so unique in your circle. Because, like, realistically speaking, subjectively, though, low-key, though, everyone's different, so... This is true. Anyway, guys, I gotta go pee, and I'm gonna be on Doc's stream, so... Sorry for being such a gypsy and like jumping around streams so much today, but I'll have to go on Doc's podcast, okay? I'm gonna go pee real quick and I'll be on there in a minute, okay? Literally 28 minute stream. Poggers, dude. Puggaroo! 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 I want to see Puggaroos in Doc's stream, okay? Okay, guys. Send link. Actually, you know what? I will. I'll link it right now in a second. Don't stop. I'm linking it. There we go. There we go, guys. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to be there in a minute. In a minute. I'll see you in a minute on that link. Okay? Bye. Bye, bye. Bye, bye. Wink, wink. Wink, wink. Damn, Grimoire, you're really gonna do that, huh? Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Bye.